Every bad shot. No cuts. Real bowling. And definitely no slacks. This is Total Bowling Gear's first 50 shots. Hi everyone, it's Jeff Ussery at Total Bowling Gear, back with another first 50 shots video. This one's of a Storm Trend with my favorite pin down layout. The Storm Trend is a medium RG and a higher differential type bowling ball with a very long skid cover stock R2S Pearl. They use it on High Road Pearls, they use it on IQ Emeralds. So a very clean cover stock combined with a core that wants to rev up very quickly. I expected quite a bit of skid flip out of this ball, and I actually got surprised by how much I saw here. What you're going to see across the next 3 or 4 minutes, honestly, is a bunch of really poor shot making combined with a bowling ball that doesn't match up very well on the lane pattern that we shot the video on. So you're going to see some ugly bowling here, you're going to see a lot of questionable shots, but that's just what happens sometimes when you take that ball out for the first time. So I started between second and third arrow, kind of like I normally do, and when you have a really long and then kind of a flip type reaction, this is what you get when you get it to the dry too quickly. It just completely overhooks, won't hold the pocket whatsoever. I started to move left and see if I could get the ball to lay off a little bit, but every time I got it past like 7 or 8, it immediately sensed dry boards and completely went left. And so what can happen sometimes when you have a real skid flip ball and then you move into the oil is you see over skid where the ball just doesn't really grab and it wants to go too long, and that's what you're starting to see here with some of the shots I'm going to start making now, like that one. Very long, behind the head pin, just doesn't make it all the way. So for whatever reason I decided to start throwing it further at the gutter, thinking that would work, and that's probably one of the worst things you could do actually, because then it just makes the ball overbounce even more, like that shot. So I mean, I really struggled to get lined up quickly with this ball. I even threw this one here. Nothing hooks from that spot, kids. It's just not going to come back. I don't care what it is. The ball did start to improve a little bit as I got further left. As I could hold it kind of back from the pocket, keeping it in the oil longer than the lane. But then that accentuated the wet-dry nature of the lane pattern, like you just saw right there with that 210 leave. So I just really struggled to match up with this one. Frankly, if this ball were a duller surface, or if it were drilled a little bit stronger, it would roll phenomenally better on this lane pattern. But that's not the case here. That's not the way it's drilled. It's not the box condition of the ball, which we always show you on these videos. This spot of the lane was probably where I had the best look with it. But even then, you see me kind of struggling with some 8s, some 9s, tripping some 4s. Again, just not the right matchup. But overall, pretty good product. I expect this ball will be a lot better as lanes dry out and you can get a little further left and you can send it, what I would call kind of send it towards the gutter or send it towards the 6-pin and then just kind of watch it bend all the way back, because it is a huge bending type of product. It's one that really will continue a lot in the right lane condition. So again, I thought it was best from this 3rd, 4th arrow kind of range of the lane pattern. I do actually move a little further left just to see what will happen, and that just over accentuates the wet dry in the lane pattern again. So I really didn't like what I saw from over there. These products are in the Signature Series, Jason Belmonte series, so they had a Timeless followed by a Drive, Pro Motions, which we liked a lot last year with the piston core shape. And so I expect if we get these into the hands of the right bowlers on the right lane conditions, these are going to look really strong, in particular in some of the house shots up here in Kansas City, which tend to be a little more mellow and a little kind of blended versus what we have here in Lawrence at Royal Crest Lanes. I threw 4 or 5 shots back further to the right, trying to come up the back of the ball, and frankly, they just didn't look very good either. It pushed the ball up against the dry again, and then it overbounced. I wasn't able to lay off of the shot enough until I threw one way too far right, and then it looked like that. Didn't like this shot at all, so I abandoned that and just kind of went back to the natural zone of the lane where I thought it matched it best. But again, a really beautiful product, by the way. This has like a multiple blue colored and a pearl finish. It smells delicious too, blueberry scented. It's really strong scented. It's kind of like those High Road Pearls with that grape scent where you can really smell it out of the box. But if you have more questions about the Storm Trend, hop on in here to Total Bowling Gear. We have these in stock, 14s and 15s. We'd be glad to help you out. And we appreciate you guys watching this first 50 shots video of another new product. Look for one from IQ2 or Nano coming up soon.